The franchise tag deadline is less than 24 hours away, and the Detroit Lions will probably not use it. The last time they decided to franchise tag someone was Ziggy Ansah. I believe that was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, back in like that 2014 season. It's not something that the Detroit Lions use very much. And while there's only been 2 players franchised thus far, T. Higgins and Trey Smith, they got him again, man. They got T again, bro. The Bengals are super cheap. The Detroit Lions are not expected to use it on anyone. With that being the case, they can re-sign a lot of current players, and they are not doing that, which is kind of intriguing. If you don't know, after the Super Bowl, you can begin signing players who are set to be free agents, but if they've already played on your team, you can re-sign them. If they are coming from another team, you can't. But if they're free agents, you can sign them as well. So like Darius Slay can be released, and he'll probably get signed after the new league year begins. But the Detroit Lions, we have gone right now. They have not played in over 6 weeks. The Super Bowl has been over for almost a month, and the Detroit Lions have only made one move, and that is releasing Jalen Reeves-Maybin as the new league year begins. So it's quite intriguing to know what exactly are they going to do. With that being the case, let's look and see who the Detroit Lions unrestricted free agents are, and let's kind of brainstorm and figure out why they haven't re-signed anyone. That is the part that I'm kind of tripping on, is what is taking them so long with the trade. The NFL franchise tag deadline is tomorrow, like from the making of this video. And then the tampering period is next week, a week from today. The tampering period will be in effect, and most of the deals are already done. When free agency actually opens at 4 p.m. that Wednesday, the start of the new league year, most of the damage is already done. Deals have been made, so we'll be talking about that extensively beginning next Monday on the 10th of March. But why haven't the Detroit Lions re-signed the players that they can? Well, let's take a look at the unrestricted free agents, and this appears to be going by market value or by previous annual average value, which is what AAV means. And Carlton Davis is at the top of the list. So the Detroit Lions have 32. Keep in mind, there is a 90-man roster heading into training camp and the preseason. You're down to 53. Then you have the practice squad guys of 16 for a total of 69. So you're talking about, including practice squad guys, you're talking about almost half of the team. But of the active roster, 32 people is like 60-something%, which is insane. So let's take a look. Let's see who the Detroit Lions have as free agents and who they're most likely to bring back. Off the top of the dome, Carlton Davis, his annual market value is ridiculous. I want to say it's 3 years, $40-something million. That will be the most money Brad Holmes has ever given out for a free agent under his regime. So I don't think he comes back, and that's why Darius Slay is an option. I'll link that video here that we made earlier this afternoon. Marcus Davenport, I joke around a lot about him, but I could see the Detroit Lions bring him back. If he is brought as an attrition piece, as a depth piece, I would not be mad at that, but as a starter, I do not think he returns. Kevin Zeitler, I believe he comes back. John Kaminsky will not be back. We're going to miss John. I'm sad he went out like that. They put him on injured reserve. They did not put him up for the season. They thought he was going to return. He's not. Knowing Brad, he'll bring him back, but I'm not too sure. I have to lean one way. I'm going to say he's not going to return. But I could also see Brad, any one of these players, I just put it like that, I can see Brad bringing them back because he has proven me wrong time and time again when it comes to bringing back injured players. Emmanuel Mosley, I don't think he'll return. Levi, his market value is insane. I don't think, especially, let's actually take a look at his market value. And I'm going to tell you, when you see this, there's no way we bring him back. His market value, oh, wait a minute. So it went down. It went down $4.5 million a year for $9 million for 2 years. So I'll put it in the comments. Put it in the comment section. Do you think he's earned that contract? I don't know. Brad doesn't really want to part with his draft picks. So I'm going to say Levi, he could be back. We've already discussed that. I'm going to say I don't think Levi comes back. I think he gets a better deal somewhere else. Khalil Dorsey, I think he comes back. Michael Batchley, there's literally no reason for him to come back because we kept one kicker on the roster and the practice squad all year for most of the year. We had Greg Joseph for like a sneeze, and then the New York Giants, I believe, picked him up. So I think that Michael Batchley is gone. Kendall Vildor, I think he'll return. Teddy Bridgewater, he wants to go back and coach high school football. Maybe we'll get something that happens like it happened last year, but he won't return. Kyle Pecco, I can see him returning. Ezekiel Turner, I think he is not going to come back. Allen Robinson's not going to come back. Ife Melifonwu, I think we bring him back. Dan Skipper, I think we bring him back. Ben Neiman, we like him. Tim Patrick, we like him. Mohammed is a future reserved, so the practice squad is on here. He's already signed. I think he comes back. Pat O'Connor, he comes back. Derek Barnes, I don't think he does. I think he finds something else, a higher paying deal somewhere else. It's funny, he has no market value on Spot Track. You got Craig Reynolds, a restricted free agent, so I think he will be back. Jonah Williams, not sure about him. Defensive end, he didn't really make any noise. I'm going to say he doesn't return. Anthony Pittman, I'm going to say he doesn't return. Miles Adams also won't return. Shane Zylstra, this one is kind of, he's a restricted free agent, so he doesn't matter. Trevor Nowalski, yes, because the Detroit Lions love this guy. Michael Neese, I'm going to say no. Mitchell Agude, I'm not sure. Because this guy never, I don't know how many games he played. Like, he really didn't make a difference. As a matter of fact, are these games played this year? It was like he was never elevated or rarely elevated. Coyote Awasika, Connor Galvin, he went out, remember, early in the season. He was lost for the year. It was either there or the preseason. I could see him returning. Awasika, I'm not sure. Quan Alexander, I'm going to say no. And Maurice Norris, I'm going to say, well, okay, Coyote's restricted, so yeah, or he should be back. So out of this list, it's not a lot of high priorities in my opinion. I think the top of the list is obviously Carlton Davis, but I could very well see Marcus Davenport returning. I could see that happening. Brad, if you get hurt the first year you're with the Detroit Lions, he usually will sign you again. If you don't get to really prove yourself, he did it with Emmanuel Mosley. I think he does it here. So I'm going to say out of this list, there's a lot of guys that could come, like we really could go either way. But now we have to talk about the team getting better. If we look at that list, a lot of these people are third strings like Levi. So I thought that I saw his market value being a little more than that, but according to Spot Track, it's 4.5. Not a bad deal if you consider that we gave Marcus Davenport $6.3 million. He did absolutely nothing. We gave DJ Chark $10 million guaranteed. He did less than we expected, but more than Davenport. So I'm not sure if we bring these guys back. I think we're going to see a lot of fresh faces on the Lions. There's only a handful of guys I could see back. So let me see. If I had to pick, okay, out of 32 players, I'm going to give myself 10. So count it with me. I'm going to give myself 10. I don't think Carlton Davis, if we had to bring them back and it was up to me, these are the 10 I would bring back. If I can pick 10, I'm going to say Carlton Davis. I would bring back Zeitler. I would bring back Dan Skipper. I would bring back Iffy. I would bring back Tim Patrick. That's 5. That's okay. If I had to bring back 5, those are the 5 I would bring back. I could see Derek Barnes returning too. I would really like to know what his market value is. How does Mohammed have a market value but not Derek Barnes? Let me see this. Well, 1 year, $2.5 million. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. So I got to pick 5. Those are the 5 I'm picking. Let me know what you think. Why hasn't the Detroit Lions started anything? They haven't started signing anyone, and we know we're not going to franchise tag anyone. They haven't began. The only move that they've really made is letting us know that during the new league year, when it begins, they will release Jalen Reeves-Maybin. That's it. No re-signings of players, which I would expect this week we should hear a lot of. it's probably going to be bunches. So expect a lot of breaking news videos reporting on who's coming back to the Detroit Lions. And what you'll hear is we won't know if a player has left. We'll make update videos as well about players that have picked other teams or gone to other teams. We won't know that until sometime next week, which is the official start of the new league year, which will happen beginning next week, the 10th of March. So let me know your thoughts. Who would you like to see back? Who do you think comes back? And who could you see where you don't want them to come back, but Brad Holmes would bring them back? Let me know in the comments, man. This channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. Again, members of the director tier, if you do not see your name and you know that you're a member, put it in the comment section below, because the YouTube studio is acting dumb. It won't let me, it keeps scrolling back up, so I can't really see. I'm trying to look. But when I take my hand off the mouse, it scrolls back up for whatever reason. It's not my mouse. It's inside the system there. So leave your name or just put you know what? I can see it. I can see it. So members, just if you are a 6 month or more, you did not receive a milestone gift, then just put haven't received gift, and I can click on your name and I can see how long you've been a member and how many months and stuff like that, and I'll get it to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't, you can send me with the email in the description. You can send me your mailing address or where you would want this to go, and I'll get that to you as soon as possible. And if you don't see your name, let me know, because I update them once a month, so that's how that works. All right, you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other, and as always, go Lions.